Good morning, grade 7. We are now on the Science Online Class Week 4 for second quarter. So our topic for today is Let's Celebrate Life. Our maths for this week is to differentiate plant and animal cells according to presence or absence of certain organelles and explain why the cell is considered the basic structural and functional unit of organism. So sa first activity natin, sa pre-test, we will read each statement, identify whether the statement is a fact or a bluff. So, lalagyan nyo lang po ng kulay, whether the following is a fact. Pag fact, lalagyan po natin ng color green yung box. Ibig sabihin, totoo po siya. Parang true or false. Kapag false naman po, kukulayan natin ng red, ibig sabihin, bluff po siya. Okay, so cell wall is not a part of a plant cell, so that is a bluff. Cell is the basic and functional unit of life, that is a fact. Nucleus is the powerhouse of the cell, that is a bluff. Centriole is not a part of an animal cell, that is a bluff. Cell membrane regulates the entrance and exit of substances in the cell, that is fact, color green. Cell theory is a proposed observation about the cell, that is a fact. Plant cell has centrioles, that is a bluff. Anton van Leeuwenhoek proposed that cells came from the pre-existing cells. Red. The cells was first discovered and named by Robert Hooke, that is a fact. Tudor Swan and Robert Hooke proposed the plants and animals have cells, that is a bluff. Okay, so your answer it. Kung wala naman po kayong crayons na red and green, pwede naman po sulatan nyo na lang ng fact or bluff yung pretest. So, susulat nyo lang po, pretest 1 to 10, then your answer, whether is it a fact or a bluff, kung wala po kayong crayon sa bahay. Next, looking back, below are the words that have been divided into halves. Find the pieces that fit together and match it with the given description below. Write your answer before each number. So, meron po tayong dalawang column dito. Then, second column naman, yung karugtong na words. So, bubuin nyo lang kung ano bang words yung tinutukoy dyan. And then, yun po isasagot natin dito sa 1 to 5. Okay, for example po, it is an instrument that can be used to magnify microscopic organisms. So, answer is microscope. Okay, so yun yung magkarugtong. So, lahat ng sagot dyan is matatagpuan nyo dito sa taas kapag pinaglugtong natin yung mga words. So, yun po yung gagawin sa looking back. Okay, malinaw po ba? Okay, so next activity, brief introduction. So, ito naman po yung ating topic for today about cells. So, cells is the basic unit of life. It contains various structures that perform specific functions such as covering and protection, manufacture and distribution of proteins, storage and breakdown of substances, energy processing, structural support, and movement. Okay, it has three main parts, namely cell membrane or plasma membrane. Tandaan po, ang cell membrane, natawag din siyang plasma membrane. It forms a flexible boundary between the cell's content and its surrounding environment. The nucleus is the most noticeable organelle in the cell, containing the cell's DNA, and the cytoplasm, it is a jelly-like material with the organelles outside the nucleus and inside the cell membrane. Cells were discovered with the use of a microscope. In 1665, an English scientist named Robert Hooke, with his improvised microscope, saw something wondrous when he placed a piece of cork under it. He described the cork image as empty boxes, which he then called cells. Okay, so ang tandaan, ang nagbigay ng pangalan na cells sa cells ay si Robert Hooke. Dahil na-observe niya yung mga cells na yun sa isang cork. Not long after Hooke's discovery, Dutch scientist Anton van Leeuwenhoek continued investigating with his microscope. He observed an abundant number of single-celled organisms which he called animalcules, plant and animals, swimming in a drop of pond of water. In the 1830s, German scientists Tudor Swan and Michael Sleden studied cells of animals and plants respectively. Their discoveries led to the biological idea that all living things are made up of cells. Tandaan po, lahat ng bagay na may buhay ay gawa sa cells, mapa-animals man yan or halaman. With the continuous investigation, in 1855, Rudolf Virchow proposed that cells come from the division of pre-existing cells. With this great observation and contribution of the scientists, these are summarized as the cell theory, that all living things are composed of one or more cells. All cells come from pre-existing cells, and cells is the most basic unit of life. For activity 1, plant cell versus animal cells, what you're going to do is compare the parts of the function of plants and animal cells using a diagram and create analogies between the parts of the cell and school parts. Okay, so meron po tayo ditong differentiate plant from animal cells. Study the figures. These are the diagrammatic illustration of plant and animal cells with their parts, and complete the table for column A for plant cell and column B for animal cell, or column C if both silang pareho may ganung parts. Okay, so this is the cell wall. Ito, yung medyo rectangular yung shape. And this is the plant cell, the animal cell. Yung medyo circular yung kanyang shape. And then these are the parts of plant cell and animal cell. So, yun yung may mga arrow po. Okay, so based dun sa diagram, susulatan nyo po dito, ano yung mga parts na matatagpuan sa plant cell, ano yung mga parts na matatagpuan sa animal cell only lang po tandaan. Dito sa first column, parts lang po na meron sa plant cell pero wala sa animal cell. Sa second column, parts na meron lang animal cells pero wala yung plant cells. At dito naman sa third column, ano po yung mga parts na makikita din sa diagram natin na parehong meron yung plant cells and animal cells. Next, answer the guide question based on the figures above. How is a plant cell similar to an animal cell? Ano yun po yung pagkakapareho ng plant cells sa animal cells based on sa figure na nasa diagram? Aside from the absence and presence of certain organelles, how will you differentiate plant cell from animal cells? Okay, aside dun sa presence ng or absence ng mga parts na meron sa animal cells and plant cells, ano pa yung kaibahan nila? Ano yung makikita nyo mula dun sa drawing na kaibahan nilang dalawa? Next, for activity 1.2, explain the function of each part of the cell using cell analogy. Our school is like a cell. So, meron po tayo ditong parang diagram or comics script. Sabi ng teacher, I sort things out and distribute important school data. Your office secretary. Okay, and these are the guards, yung mga security guards. We are the power team. We use our energy to make all the things done. That's the school staff. Trabaho po yun ng school staff. Surrounds me are air molecules, school structures. I am your classroom. Yun po yung ginagawa ng classroom. Where food is made within the school canteen. Hello, I am the area of transport in the school. That is the hallway. I control all the activities of the school. I am your school principal. School cabinet is my name. I'm responsible for storing important school items. I control the entrance and exit of the students, visitors, your school guard. As a trash can, I am responsible to get rid of unwanted waste. Okay, so yun po yung mga trabaho ng mga school parts and yung mga tao na gumaganap dun sa school. Okay, so based dun po sa mga gawain ng bawat isa sa school, ano po yung pagkakapareho niya dun sa mga parts ng cell. Okay, so ito naman po yung function ng cells. The nucleus control all the activities of the cell. So, yung part ng school na nagko-control ng activities natin is the principal. So, sasagutan niyo lang po yung table na yan. Based dun sa parts niya at dun sa comic strip na nasa taas, yung pinagkapareho ng function ng bawat cell at dun sa function ng bawat part or tao dun sa school. Okay, yun po yung gagawin natin sa cell analogy workspace. Then you will answer the question, can a cell survive without a nucleus? Explain your answer. Then plant cells have bigger vacuoles compared to animal cell. What is the function of bigger vacuoles in plants? Bakit kaya mas malaki yung vacuoles ng plants kaysa sa animal cells? Then sa histocell naman po, you will identify the contribution of scientists in the historical development of the cell and explain the importance of cell theory. So, meron po tayo ulit nun. Base dun sa brief introduction natin kanina, ayan, bawat isa po dyan, identify po kung sinong scientist yung nagsabi. Siya ba si Anton van Leeuwenhoek, si Robert Hooke, si Matthias Leiden, si George Schwann, or si Rudolf Virchow. Okay, so yung pangalan po ng scientist yung ilalagay nyo dito po sa portion na to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then after that, you will answer the question, what is a cell theory? Nandun siya sa brief introduction natin kanina. Then, why is cell theory significant in today's principles of science? Remember, cell is the basic unit of life. The three main parts of the cell are cell, plasma membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. Plants and animal cells differ in shape and in some parts. Plant cells are rectangular or rigid in shape, while animal cells are rounded or irregular in shape. Plant cells have cell walls that provide support, protection, and structure for the plant. Present also in plant cells is the chloroplast that serve as a site for photosynthesis. Also, plant cells have a bigger vacuole than animal cells. Animal cells have centrioles that function during cell division. The development of cell theory is through the scientific observation and investigation of scientists in our history such as Robert Hooke, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, Matthias Leiden, Theodor Schwann, and Rudolf Virchow. Okay, for your check your understanding, we have the Venn diagram. Dito po sa part na to ng plant cell, isusulat po natin ano yung mga parts na sa plant cell lang matatagpuan. Then, ano yung parts na sa animal cells lang matatagpuan. At sa gitna, ano yung parts nila or organelles na parehong meron yung plant cells and animal cells. So, pipili kayo mula dito sa loob ng box. Next, for the post-test, okay, so that is 1 to 5. So, choose only the letter of the correct answer. That is A, B, C, and D. And then for your reflection, just answer the question, what lessons have you learned from this module? What learning can I share with my friends and family? And how can I apply my learning in my daily life activities? Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you and have a great week. Goodbye, grade 7.